The Los Angeles Lakers have been granted a $1.75 million disabled player exception after DeMarcus Cousins tore his ACL this summer. So for those who don't know what it allows the team to sign a player for about half the contract amount of the player who suffered a likely season-ending injury on the team. Cousins signed a $3.5 million contract with the Lakers this past summer, so divide that by 2 and you get the $1.75 million disabled player exception. So the Lakers have an opportunity to add another potential role player to their team, though the market is really dried up at this point of free agency. Also, I wanted to point out a problem with some of the players that have been rumored to be connected to the Lakers. The player exception is only $1.75 million, and that is not enough to sign players with 10 or more years of experience to their required minimum contracts right now. However, the exception will work for these players mid-season or for other players who are bought out mid-season, as half of the 10-year experience veterans minimum, which is the amount they'll be paid if they're waived in the middle of the season, is less than the $1.75 million exception by that time. So it's pretty confusing, but it currently takes guys like Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith out of the equation for right now, but the amount is enough to outright sign players with less than 5 years of experience. So, with all that out of the way, let's go over 3 players the Los Angeles Lakers should sign with the disabled player exception. First up, I have Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot. So sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but he's an interesting player who's a 6'6" wing that has all the tools to be a modern 3-and-D guy. And it actually looked like he would turn out to be a great asset for the Sixers after his rookie season in 2016, but he just could never get his 3-point shot to consistently go down. He started losing more and more minutes over the next few seasons before being traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder and then to the Chicago Bulls last season, but he wasn't impressive in those locations. Now he's without an NBA team, and he is fighting to stay in the league after a disappointing past few seasons. But he is only 24 years old, and he may be a good player to sign for the Lakers if they believe their training staff can get him to develop into a solid 3-and-D wing. If they think he can, and that's a big if, he could become a cheap piece that can become very useful in the future. TLC has a decent shooting stroke, and he has great length that can become useful in contesting shots well and getting easy steals on defense. He would be a project, but he could be worth it if he pans out for the Lakers. Next up, I have Jonathan Simmons. So he was traded from the Sixers to the Wizards this past summer, and Washington eventually waived him to save money. Simmons was great with the Spurs but struggled with the Magic and the Sixers, but he could still definitely be a solid backup 3 that could provide some instant offense off the bench. He just recently averaged 13.9 points per game with the Magic in the 2017-18 season, and he's a solid scorer but has an inconsistent 3-point shot. He did shoot 42.9% from 3 with the Sixers last season, but that was in a very limited sample size. However, he will be a decent backup 3 for the Lakers who could definitely use some more depth, and maybe he can play like he did with the Spurs with LA. And finally, I have Christian Wood. So he's not currently a free agent as he's on a non-guaranteed contract with the Pistons, and it has been reported he will fight for the final roster spot with Joe Johnson. If Johnson wins the spot, the Lakers should definitely take a flyer on Wood. He's a 6'10" energy big man who can provide some quick scoring off the bench, and he showed with the Pelicans last season that he could put up some big numbers very quickly. He averaged 16.9 points, 7.9 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 0.9 steals, and 1.3 blocks in only 23.6 minutes per game. It was a very small sample size as it was only 8 games, but he has shown he can be a versatile scoring big who can score both inside and out. He would be a great player for the Lakers to develop as a backup big in the future, and they should definitely sign him if he is waived by the Pistons this summer. So that's a wrap. Thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more daily NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on my newest video will be coming out. Also follow me on Instagram and hit me up if you want to talk about basketball, business, or have any video ideas you may do. Let me know as I do try to back to all you guys there. Drop a comment down below on which players you want to see the Lakers sign with the disabled player exception. Let me know as I do read all comments. I'm definitely interested to see what you guys have to say. So with all that being said, once again, thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you on soon for our next video. Peace.